Hello, it's Nuri here, doing something on electric piano for a difference instead of guitars. This is a new Rhodes V8, the virtual version of the new they took on the Rhodes name and branding from the original Rhodes, which I believe Roland held, which they'd purchased from Fender. And so this company based in Leeds now, just up the road from me, have attempted a virtual version of their own Mark 8, the new Rhodes that they've made, and it's a faithful recreation. It's not electric brain or whatever. It's got tines in it, which are mini tuning forks. It costs a lot of money, so they have sampled and modelled. I'll explain those in a minute. This electric piano of their own, and it's going to be available in March. And they've done it at great depth. So there's two ways to do this. You can do modelling, which is a form of synthesis, which is basically using code to sound like an electric piano. And that'd be a really small file size, like maybe 100 meg or something like that. And there's some really good ones out there that have been really well done. Acoustic audio systems, their ones are tremendous. Lounge Lizard. And then there's sampling, which is like what Keyscape did, where you sample the entire thing, massive file sizes, like 10 gig for the piano, and every time you press it, it's playing a different velocity layer of the key. So this is a mixture of those, and the reason for that would be so you can do something like this, where you can fine tune things like timbre of each key, actually. Fine tuners in the tuning by sense, because the tuning forks go out over years and they end up a bit out of tune, like upright piano, and it adds such a charm. I love that. And even when like faults, so it feels real. And then the blue layer is damper, so how dampened the keys are, and purple is level, so you can have them different levels in case on the real one it had more fluff on the damper, different things like that. So basically you've got the standard ones with the presets, and I'll go through a few of those. That one was called Dub Stage, I did that intro on. This one's called Buttery Herbs, I believe that'd be Herbie Hancock. So it's very subtle, and there's a lot of velocities to it. I think they've done a fantastic job. It's quite heavy consumption on the processor, but I've got quite an elderly laptop now, in terms of laptops. So it's doing okay, but I would just freeze the track if it got a bit heavy on it, which I do with lots of things on this, but that would be obsolete to someone with better processing power. On the video that actually Rhodes did themselves, they tended to focus a lot on the effects section, but I know our delay works and that, and so I do a lot on us, and I don't think people are buying plugins like this bespoke for the effects section, because we've all got tons of effects in us, DAW, and this is lots of free ones as well, bedroom producers, blogs, stuff like that. So they talked about the delay, a lot of things like that, which weren't important to me. So in detail, you can go into mic type and amp card, like a lot of plugins these days, and move things around and that. But I think what most people actually do, let's be honest, is they go through the presets. So out of service. So if we go into out of service and then setup, it will show us what they've done. So we can see here, it's really out of tune, everything's all over the place. It's like one you would find in a garage. Yeah, that one's out and stuff. It's really charming. But then if you just want to go for, say, a standard one for recording, you're recording with other instruments, a Mark 1 Twin, everything lines up a bit, look, so you can see how they've done it. Nice and pure, would work well with tuned instruments. Yeah, they've done a brilliant job. I think it's going to be priced quite heavily because it is the official Rhodes one and it's off theirs, and they may be trying to brand themselves a bit more exclusively than the £39 ones, and the audience they're aiming for perhaps would be willing to pay a bit more because they'll be using it for professional productions and what they make money from. But there is a demo available for everybody, so you can get that. It was around 13 gig the download, and it installed some stuff I weren't aware it was going to, which some people aren't fans of. But it was like a download manager, and it was quite a simple process, and something I found good. It took ages to install, which I weren't quite sure why. But something I found good was you could install it actually to a removable. So I've got a disc here, and in the install process, a lot of times when you're installing the instrument, it says this needs to be installed on somewhere which has the operating system. But this won't let you do it separately. So I installed the audio unit, the AU for Mac, for Logic, because that was all I used and needed. And then I could select where it put the files. So it did these blob files here, and together they were 22 gig. And it seems to work okay with pulling off the disc. And like I said, if I was recording the piece, I would then at the end I would select in that pull down box in Logic freeze track or whatever it is, or just make it an audio track once you're happy and final with it, and then it's not using the processor as you had other instruments. So yeah, I have said a lot. So we'll try a randomer. Rhodes, ring of Rhodeses, or should we go ripples on the water? So this is more soundtrack type one, you could just sum it quite out of it. So I'm a guitarist. I don't even know what names of keys are all. Yeah, there's vary pan, which will sweep left and right heavily. If you've got your headphones on, you should be able to hear that. There's a full EQ, obviously, a preamp, and then in the detail you can go into more. And then these profiles, they're like more your, I don't know what the difference is actually, they're boggy dampers. Oh, so you can change the profile and the preset. So I think the preset would be more the setup, and the profile would be related to the effects section, which is a guess. That's pretty cool though. Last one. Soft echoes. So yeah, give it a whirl. It's sorry, a road to joy. I apologise for this, but yeah, it's brilliant actually. I'd give it 9.5 out of 10, but I've got no money, so hopefully I'll win a competition or something, or somebody recognises how good my videos are. No, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, type in official Rhodes V8 plugin. If you go to the website, there's a competition. I think they've kept it a bit hidden so people can beta test it, so I can moan about things to them via email. But yeah, it's very, very good. 2 thumbs up.